wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, a disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, but there's logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. Don't never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me.
Awesome power of nature, hot excitement of freedom. Goes after you get struck by lightning. There's thunder.
What's up, you guys, and welcome to the season finale of the Pigskin Recap. And unfortunately for us, it's a very somber Monday after Super Bowl. Kobe. But yeah, it's a very somber Monday for us Eagles fans. The Eagles unfortunately fell to the Chiefs 38-35. Last second field goal. But honestly, dude, I don't know how to feel about this game. Honestly, I was on the fire gaining train all last night from this. People were saying that the holding call costed us the game. There's a multitude of problems. There's a multitude of problems of what happened in this game.
You're not wrong.
Hopefully, we do have some more guests that come in and rant for this. But here's my thoughts. There's a multitude of issues involving where this team is, and how they lost last night. The first half, it was pretty good. They were duking it out. I'm sitting there thinking there's a remnants of that 2017 roster.
Yeah.
By halftime, I'm like, I'm feeling good. Feeling very good. We had a 24-14 lead going into halftime. I'm over here happy as hell, dancing to Rihanna. Okay, I was happy. All right, I was happy. But then that second half, we immediately give up the touchdown, 24-21. I'm like, I'm getting a little bit nervous, but I think if we're fine, we kick a field goal. We're up 27-21. I did get a little bit nervous there because I was hoping we get a touchdown there to, pad that lead, keep trading blows until the game was over.
Absolutely, 100%.
The problem with this is, the offense, they didn't really sputter out of control, but what really costed us was that initially what costed us was the Jalen Hurts fumble.
Like you said, I think that fumble is kind of was a bit of a down start, I should say.
It was more so it was starting to, all right, here we go, because at that point they were up 20. We were up 27-21. That score ended up going 28-27. Anyway, It didn't even matter. But here's the thing: people want to blame Jalen Hurts on that. The initial touchdown was called back. It was up to the dang defense to get a goal line stand to at least make it 27-24 at the very least.
Oh yeah.
But the defense crumbled at the goal line there, and it cost them to go 28-27. And then we went up going 3 and out that next drive. They padded the lead. And at that point, I'm thinking, we're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
We're in trouble. Because and then we scored again to make it 35-35. And I'm thinking, we might have a chance here. We might have a chance. Next thing you know, the penalty happens. Or next thing you know, they start driving down the field again. I'm like, oh no, here we go. Here we go. And I was getting scared. I'm like, they're gonna wind up scoring here. It's gonna be 41-35. Here we go. Here we go. This is not, or it's not gonna be 41-35. I'm saying, here we go. Here we go. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting really nervous. And then first down, second down, third down, fourth down. And then the fourth down play gets called back off a shoddy call. I would have been mad that they scored if it wasn't for that shoddy call.
She ain't wrong.
And I know James Bradbury said, "Oh, I did tug on his jersey." He only said that to save face, so he can shut us up.
Yeah.
And to be humble. He was just being humble. What we saw, the guy was just he did a little tap on his back twice. That's nothing.
First of all, it's not even considered legal contact if it's not.
And yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. Even the announcers said it was a questionable call. LeBron James said it was a questionable call. Everybody on Twitter said it was a questionable call. People who aren't even Eagles fans said it was a questionable call. And they're the ones hating on us all year.
Yeah.
So if you have the haters saying it was a questionable call, there's an issue.
It's hard to add to that point.
And I want to say this. Thank you, refs. Thank you. Because if it wasn't for you gift wrapping that game for Mahomes and the Chiefs, we would have had a chance to win the game.
Absolutely.
It doesn't even matter if they got a field goal in that situation. There would have been a minute left. A minute. Yeah, we had one timeout at that point?
Yeah.
Sideline. That's all you had to do. First down, sideline. First down, sideline. Call that timeout. Kick a field goal, win the game. We could have won 38-35. But the ref had to screw it up.
And not just that, too. And you guys look at the field conditions as a whole, too. Both teams were struggling.
They used golf turf.
Like you spent
and here's the thing, I'm not going to use that as an excuse because both sides were struggling,
and both sides had to change cleats because it was just so bad.
And again, they had a pile of cleats on the side from both teams. Pile of cleats. I've never seen that happen in the Super Bowl or any game. No. Never seen that.
And the way that I see it, it's like I'm thinking to myself, like, how does not anyone get like a twisted ankle or shit like that? Because like you're like Jake Elliott, perfect example on that kickoff.
You should have seen what happened all game. The line was getting twisted ankles. Patrick Mahomes was getting twisted ankles. Jalen Hurts was getting twisted ankles.
Pacheco had like Arrow. Let's say first of all, that's an injury waiting to happen. Because first of all, that's not goal. Like first of all, like we get it that artificial turf is not the best solution, but really you couldn't actually go with actual grass.
And here's the thing: And you know what? I am going to use that as an excuse because it's a valid excuse. It gave the Chiefs an unfair advantage because the pressure wasn't there for Philly. Because guess what? They were slipping all over the damn field.
Yeah.
They gave the Chiefs an unfair advantage. You know what that means? I'm starting to believe the NFL is rigged.
Because I've always had
You
the
can't
NFL.
tell me it's not. You can't tell me it's not after that.
And
You can't.
think of this two sides, and then we also come to find out later that they invested $800,000 for that turf.
They invested $800,000 for golf turf. For golf turf. That was it gave the advantage to the offenses. It did.
Because it's like when we saw
But here's the problem. It's the fact that you gave the Chiefs the ball first in the second half with a slim lead.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it costed us because you have guys slipping around the field missing tackles. I'm starting to think the missed tackles were because of the turf too.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to say, oh, the NFL is rigged and all that other nonsense.
We've seen former players
come out. This year. Look at this year. It's evident. It's evident. After that game, it's evident.
Because we all know that the Super Bowl each and every year is their biggest cash cow, so to speak. But at the end of the day, I will give Patrick Mahomes a lot of goddamn respect. The fact of what he said about Jalen Hurts, though.
Dude, I will too, man. You know, he said that he's a great player. He's not gonna take anything
what
from
doubters?
him. He's like, screw doubters, man. You're a good quarterback, and Jalen Hurts actually proved everybody wrong too, because everybody's saying that he's a good quarterback.
And the way I also like, even though we lost, I think he also said in a way that I got outplayed by a rookie. I won't say a rookie, but a quarterback on a rookie contract, but who gave him his props.
Here's what scares me about all this. Speaking of Jalen Hurts, Rob.
Yeah.
What scares me is that I don't even know if the window of opportunity for another Super Bowl is open. I don't know. Because the way he's speaking, he wants another one. So the only way he wants another appearance, take a pay cut. And right now, the market's not even opened yet. We just ended the Super Bowl last night. So every Eagles fan, if you're feeling this, and I know you're feeling this right now, you're probably scared like I am. Because we've seen this song and dance before, but last time we had won the Super Bowl, so it's not as scary. It wasn't as scary last time. This time it's scary.
Yeah, not to mention you're losing some key pieces. But then again, though, like
here's the thing: you may lose those pieces if Jalen Hurts wants a monster contract.
Which
that's the problem.
See, for me, Jalen Hurts is the kind. For me, when I look at Jalen Hurts, I don't think he's the kind of guy who say, pull like Kyler Murray, something like that. I think he's willing to take a pay cut to run it back with these guys. And I think that's what's going to happen.
That's what I feel. I feel like you're right. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I hope he's not another Carson Wentz to where he wants a $50 million contract,
and then we're having shit once again.
And we're having cap hits, and we have to rebuild for the next 5-6 years.
But because
that's the scary part about all this, is that it may or may not happen. Hopefully it's leaning towards what we're thinking, that it's leaning towards he's going to take a pay cut.
Because it's like...
I really hope he does. Because I hope the team, that core defense is there. But for the love of God, fire Gannon.
And I'm going to say this too. Like, and I think I've watched Hurts for quite some time, not just from the NFL perspective, but the way how he comes off, like he's like humbled, like, look, and I think the benefit is with him being a second round pick, like first round, like usually if he's a first round, and have this kind of say, that might cause some issues and have a bigger contract. Cause that's what usually first round picks usually get a shit ton of money. I mean, Kyler Murray, I don't know how Cardinals are going to deal with that. But like I said, with Kyler Murray, kind of just try to I guess they throw a fit because he didn't want to get the contract that he wanted. And this is where I think where Jalen Hurts is. Like I said, the humble comes in. I think it's also raised right. Said, look, it may not be about the money, and and that's the kind of thing where that kind of he rubs off as a guy that like who if he's willing to take a pay cut, shit, I'll be in that position too.
Heck, if I was Jalen Hurts in that situation, and I'm willing, and my team loses the Super Bowl, and I have this like great defense, this great offense, this dynamic team, I would be like, you know what? We didn't win the Super Bowl, and I don't want to just get this money. And yes, he does deserve a lot of money, but but I would be like, pay me less than what you want to pay me, because I want this team to win a Super Bowl. I want this team to be a dynasty. I don't want
especially
one ring. I don't want one ring and then, we have to rebuild because of cap salary issues. Or I don't want to, lose a Super Bowl and then still have to rebuild because of salary cap issues. I want to win a championship or multiple championships at that, because
exactly.
I love this franchise. I love this city. I love the fans. I love my team.
It shows. I mean, especially all the shit he's gone through, not just from the like I said, not from the NFL standpoint. Look at college. Saban told him straight to his face, like, yeah, either I'm going to take you out because you have not really been good as a passer, and that was the reason why we seen Hurts become even though your first full year as a starter passing was shoddy, but then again that is lack of weapons he had outside of Devontae Smith, but that's besides the point. But this also stems to the fact that like you said, he wants to run it back, and question is, does Kelsey's his future's up in the air? Same with Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave,
and that's what scares me too, is the offensive line, because you got guys like Jason Kelsey wanting to go, and Cam Jurgens has been, when he started in preseason. But when you have guys like Brandon Graham, Jason Kelsey, who else? Fletcher Cox wanting to hang it up. Yeah, they're older. They deserve to retire.
And I think, and this is why I think the reason why I think this is what we got is the reason why we got Jordan Davis in the first place for that 13th selection in the first round.
See, that's why Fletcher Cox's retirement wouldn't scare me, because we got Jordan Davis. He's a great piece to have.
And we say we bring back Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh. Those are the two others to help Davis grow and develop.
I wouldn't. Because they were solid, but they weren't great. They were solid. I wouldn't bring them back, and plus they're older, on the older side. I'm wondering though, is in this day and age, how many players are willing to take the hometown discount?
Surprised.
A lot of, honestly, some talent has been willing to take the hometown discount. Like Patrick Mahomes took a hometown discount.
And if you look at his contract,
he didn't get paid a crap ton because they were able to keep that core together until they got rid of Tyreek Hill. They had to get rid of Tyreek Hill. He wanted the pay. He wanted the big.
He wanted that big payday.
Yeah, they wanted that big payday, and they didn't want to pay him.
And I think the Chiefs realized too that was going to set them back for about a year or where.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that set them back, because they got rid of Tyreek Hill, I think, last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
Look at this year.
And it's surprising too. And actually, this was interesting that I actually saw, or I got a comment from a really interesting Chiefs fan after I did my post game thing. I even replied to this. I look, without Patrick Mahomes, without Andy Reid, we saw how bad the Kansas City Chiefs were. Absolute dog water before Reid got there. And
not really. No. You want to know why? They were really good before Reid, and then after that I think that fourth or fifth straight division round loss, they had fired the coach and they went to Andy. They weren't dog water. They were pretty good. They were never great. until they got Andy and Mahomes.
And this is why a lot of times too, like for me, it's kind of hard to hate Patrick Mahomes, and the fact that let's be real, at the end of the day, the dude is extremely talented.
Here's what bothers me about Mahomes, and I caught on to this. On occasion, he comes off as cocky. On occasion, comes off as cocky. He comes off as a fake too, because look at the way he acted with that injury that he got. He acted like he was dying. And then as soon as he came back, he was all of a sudden fine. Also, I don't like his wife and I don't like his brother.
Yeah, that was the only reason why Patrick Mahomes gets a lot of hate, because of his wife and his brother.
I don't like them.
But at the end of the day, though, man, it's like, look, love or hate Patrick Mahomes. At the end of the day, the dude's
a tremendous player.
I said this too. I think, when people say, "Oh, Hurts is not top 5," it's like I'm going to really say
Hurts after last night's performance, minus that fumble.
Oh yeah,
the guy is a top 5 quarterback.
Because
you can't tell me different. He's a top 5 quarterback.
And people say you're gonna have Herbert over Hurts. It's like, first of all, what has Herbert has shown?
Herbert has done nothing.
Like, first of all,
he blew a 27-0. His team, he had
28-0 lead.
No, it wasn't 20-0. Here's what happened. After they got 27-0 at half, second half, he did next to nothing. Actually, he did nothing.
And you're telling me
because he drove down the field one time. They got to 30 to what, like 27 or something.
Yeah, they cut it down to single digits. Like,
cut it down. No, it didn't cut it down. It was 30 to 27. It was 27 all. And then they scored a field goal. And then as soon as the defense lost them the game.
Yeah,
but he had ample time in that wild card round to score to put it away. He did.
Chad, I won't say Herbert isn't shit.
He's not crap. He's just good. He's not great.
He's a good quarterback, but you have to look at the situation.
But people are saying that he's top 5. He's not top 5. He's top 10, maybe top 15.
At least, because if you think about it, you had Keenan Allen, can't stay healthy. You're right, also Eckler into the goddamn ground. Mike Williams, love him at Clemson, couldn't stay fucking healthy to save his goddamn life. And that entire defense.
There's like different multitudes of what happened in that game, like Philly, but it was all Herbert. Herbert had ample time to go down that field and score in that wild card round. So for Hurts to not crack the top 5, but Herbert does.
Because this is the way I see it. This is how I put my.
Got proven. You Chargers fans just got proven wrong last night. That Herbert's top 5 or not Herbert's top 5. Hurts is top 5. Herbert's not.
I think because the way that I see, if I'm going to have to do a top 5, for me, number 1 is Mahomes. I think there's a wide gap. And I really hate to do that over Burrow. I think there's a bit of a gap between Mahomes and Burrow, and I really hate to say that. But Burrow is number 2. I would have, you know what? I would have to have Josh Allen 3. I think he's still good enough to be a top 3 quarterback.
No.
Oh, and speaking of another guest coming in, Further.
Up
here.
What's up, man?
Here's where I would put in that ranking. Mahomes 1. Herbert 2. I would have Hurts 3.
You mean Burrow?
Herbert 4. Who would be 5? Because we're doing the top 5 thing. For NFL quarterbacks, I would put.
There's really not much to go off of at that.
Honestly, after what Brock Purdy showed, I'm putting Brock Purdy up in top 5.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Irrelevant, and the fact that
I'm putting him top 5 too.
And there's been a lot of, I've read some things that, that Shanahan and Jimmy G have some like a beef going on between each other. And Jimmy G was a healthy, they didn't even suit him up, even though despite he was freaking healthy.
Here's what I would do if I was Shanahan. I'll put my foot down. I would say, if you don't like it, get off the team. We got a quarterback. Go off the team.
I mean, either way, he's already walking anyway. So I mean,
right.
Get off the team then. We got Brock Purdy. Get off the team.
And it's like,
if Trey Lance doesn't like it, get off the team.
We'll see. We'll see come because the all season is going to be very interesting to really look forward to. Like, where does we've seen quarterbacks like where they're going to go, especially in case of Derek Carr. Now I know we're kind of going off the beaten path, but then again, it's still football related because with the all season, I guess to say it's already
everything that we're saying is all tying into what happened last night. Everything. So, what are your thoughts further on the game last night?
Oh, I thought it was fun in the first half. It was definitely close. I was just wondering what happened to our defensive line. They didn't.
Here's what I'm thinking. That excuse of a field. That's our excuse of a field caused that.
And we can. And then we come to
had it too, though. You can't say that. It was both sides.
Oh yeah, both sides were getting.
But you got to think too. You got to think
they were getting to Hurts.
They were. Never mind. I take that back. It wasn't the turf.
Where the hell were we? Where was Fletcher Cox? Where was Hargraves? Sweat got a penalty. Where was he?
An answer in 2 words. Jonathan Gannon. 2 words. Jonathan Gannon.
Our linebackers were terrible. We couldn't stop the run.
Linebacking core sucked. The cornerback sucked. I don't know where the heck Slade was going half the time.
In the second half, when it obviously wasn't working, they got 2 TDs off of zone coverage in the red zone.
Soft zone.
Why in the world are we doing zone coverage in the red zone?
Here's what bothered me. You knew in that first half. You knew in that first half that you weren't getting to the quarterback. Yet you're still running soft zone in the second half.
Or think of this too, or blitz in the goddamn red zone at the worst possible freaking time to blitz.
Then you're blitzing. You're using blitz at the goal line when you could have used it 10 plays ago when they were at the 40 half the time.
Exactly, because we've seen instances we
got to Mahomes. So
exactly.
We got to Mahomes once, sprained his ankle again. Yeah, we got to Mahomes once, sprained his ankle again.
Someone told me that was acting.
That's what we were actually.
It was because he was screaming like he was dying, and then like as soon as he went back on the field, he acted like he was fine.
No, that wasn't acting.
How?
That wasn't acting.
To me, I think it was because it looked like he was overacting. I think
what they did was give him a shot. That's the likely answer.
True. He probably gave him a cortisone or something.
Like, it must be adrenaline. That's not adrenaline.
That's cortisone
in the halftime.
My friend, that's called cortisone. That's called cortisone.
He came back and he was fine.
Cortisone.
I'll say this too, though. I'm very surprised that the NFL should at least have some sort of rule. You can't fake an injury, or we've seen a couple players get fined try to fake an injury, and at some point, like,
dude, half the time they're faking injuries to stop the clock.
Would they stop that? You would have to use a timeout now if that does happen.
Yeah,
you need to stop. You need to stop. It's turning into what basketball is with the flopping and the fake injuries and the cramping.
Yeah.
I remember one time a player
of our schedule though, and I really don't fare our schedule next year. Besides the fact that all the
we gotta play the Chiefs again and the Niners.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem that scares me.
Yeah,
it kind of lines into is Jalen Hurts going to take a pay cut? If he doesn't, I don't see us winning more than 6 games. If he doesn't take a pay cut, because we're getting rid of so many players.
That schedule's not that hard, man.
Dude, you're playing the Chiefs. You're playing all these teams.
But the Chiefs are going to lose a lot of pieces. They're not going
to. That is true. I think
it's called Super Bowl hangover, my friend.
I mean, we've dealt with it. The Rams dealt with it.
I really hope so, and I really
Joe
hope that
Burrow
we're
came back and they lost the Super Bowl, and look how far he made it.
Yeah, they got into the AFC Championship. Hopefully we are like the Bengals, but better. We actually win the championship.
Almost beat the Chiefs. We almost were going to face Joe Burrow in this Super Bowl instead.
Yeah.
Bro, that would have equally scared me.
That was a good game, man. I don't know if anyone watched it because everyone was celebrating our NFC championship victory.
I was watching that game.
The only the difference maker was Joseph Asai pushing Mahomes out of bounds. And that pretty much sealed the
Joseph
deal.
Asai did not make that late hit.
We just made too many mistakes at the end of the day that cost us one. I will say, and you can say that Jalen Hurts had a great day afterwards, but you can't drop the ball and allow a touchdown after that. That right there,
because of what happened after.
Instead of going for a field goal there for a victory, the Chiefs would have had to go for a touchdown because they would have been down by 4 points. That right there is a huge mistake. Not only that, mistake with special teams, allowing them to run all the way down the field to get to the 5-yard line. That's another 7
That was the killer. That right there was the killer.
That pretty much sealed the deal.
Right there. 14 giving up points. That's not talking even about the defense. That's 14 points. Our defense did actually pretty damn well. If we didn't give up 14 points right there, we would have won the game.
That's the thing. That is the thing. The first half.
You kind of have to accept it. They were the better team this game. The refs didn't change a thing. We played awful. And we made too many mistakes on all sides of the field, from special teams to offense, giving up that 7. And honestly, we almost had 2 fumbles. I remember the pick with A.J. Brown. We're lucky that was not considered a catch.
Yep. Also, I'll say this: what on earth is Jalen doing throwing in the double coverage twice that got looked out for catches?
Honestly, I'm going to put that on. You have to put that on Shane Steichen's playbook is ridiculous, I would say.
Here's what happened. Coaching was bad. Defense was bad.
Everything was just bad.
Everything was just terrible for this team. Everything.
Our coach's mentality was crazy. He was crying at the national anthem. I've never seen a coach just pour down tears like that. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this coach?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
And then but hold on real quick. Immediately right afterwards, flicks off Mahomes like this. You can see his hand about like this, and Hurts has to put his arm down. Here's the thing. But here's the thing with the crying. I get it though, but it wasn't that he was crying because of the game and he was fearful or anything like that. He was crying because the singer was that damn good.
Hey, Chris Stapleton, man, never seen so amazing.
I usually cry to his crap too, so I get it.
Get over yourself.
Come on, man. Dude,
you don't see Andy Reid
he cried because his thing. Dude, he cried because his thing. The man can't show emotion
in his life. You don't see him crying.
But I will say this too.
The man cried because of a singer. The man cries because of a singer.
But I will say this too, though. The Chiefs do not have that much money to spend in terms of total cap space. They have barely over $11 million in cap space.
How much do we got? How much do we got?
In terms of cap,
well, we're losing a lot of people to free agents.
I mean, that's more money.
That's Dillard, Edwards, Epps, Brandon Graham, Hargrave's going to need a contract. C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
He needs a contract.
Kelsey does. We're going to have to repay Kelsey, Lovato, Minshew.
I think what's going to happen.
Pascal.
I think what's going to happen is
we keeping
Kelsey's
Boston
done.
Scott.
Yikes! Yeah,
are we keeping
Boston
Sue
Scott's
and
gone.
are we keeping Kaiser White? I honestly could do without Kaiser White. What did he do all year besides that? We only saw him do anything during
he barely did shit.
The preseason. That was the only thing we ever saw from Kaiser White, where there's 2 amazing interceptions. Remember the pick 6?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But we didn't see anything after.
Nope, nothing. And I don't even know why were you going to even try to keep Kaiser. I'll cut Kaiser. I know Jason Kelsey might retire. Brendan Graham might retire.
I don't think
Sam Ollie was pretty good.
I don't think Miles Sanders is staying.
No. After that crappy performance in the Super Bowl, he's cutting his losses.
Minshew's definitely gone.
Yeah.
Minshew, see ya.
I'll say this too. In terms of our cap space, yikes. We are negative 1.2.
I would repay Gardner Johnson, solidify that that spot.
Well, that's going to be even a bit of an issue. I looked at our total cap going into 2023. We're about rounded up negative 1.3 mil.
This is why I'm saying that we are screwed, and that's why I'm so nervous about next year.
Because
after not
I'm
winning a
looking,
Super Bowl.
Hurts calculated market
now-
value is $44.2 million.
And that's why I'm saying, Rob, I am so scared because our championship window was there and we missed it. We missed it.
It's yeah.
And I don't even think we're making a Super Bowl for the next 5 years again. We're not.
This is gonna be like the one trick pony year in and year out, basically.
One trick pony every single time. And we fumbled it. We fumbled it this year. Fumbled.
I mean, think about it. We have over 206 million tied up in after contracts. We're gonna have over almost 28 million of dead cap, with 5 million rolling over from this past season. And overall,
and I'm not going to go. And I know a lot of Eagles fans are optimistic because they're fans of the team. Oh, we're coming back next year. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Did you not see the cap situation? We're not fine.
Because think about it.
Well, we're going to get that money back once the NFL season ends. Then all the money from all these players that I just mentioned will go back into the pot. Like Brad Barry,
so we have
Cox,
a lot.
Dillard, Edwards, Kelsey, Joseph, Lovato, Minshew. I mean, we're paying.
So that's just so what Rob said is just a final. Okay, you're out of money, but we're going to give you more money after next season.
No, we're not paying Miles Sanders. I don't think Fletcher Cox is coming back. I think we're going to play Badberry. I don't think Epps was going to come back. I don't know why we would.
Fletcher's probably going to retire. That's why we
Edwards either. He's an awful linebacker.
No, Edwards.
We have to strengthen up the pass defense.
He's only good for,
Hargrave. I could see him coming back. I don't see Graham. I think Graham's last year, unless they want. You think Kelsey?
I mean, Graham I think he has talked about consider retirement. I think
you have Graham wanting to retire. You have.
I think too. Like,
hold on. Let me finish. You had Graham wanting to retire. You had Cox wanting to retire. You got Kelsey wanting to retire.
And after that,
I feel like I don't know.
Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen.
Who's saying Josh Allen's better? Who's saying what?
I think it's talking about this one.
No, the one.
Josh Allen is too much of a joke artist. Yeah.
Talk about this one.
No, below the one says Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh. Yeah.
No, I'm putting
Josh. I think Josh Allen for me falls on
Josh Allen's 5. Josh Allen's 5
in the regular season.
For me,
Josh Allen's 5.
You got to.
He ain't even 5. He's not even 5. We know that Commissioner Roger doesn't care about the NFL.
That's another thing too.
Fines for stupid shit. Yeah. He fined AJ Brown for pointing twice.
And I think he got fined 3 times. One for spanking the goalpost against the Colts. Like what?
Right.
Here's the thing. He defecated on the ball.
Yeah. But I will, and this is why this is why some general NFL fans call the NFL the no fun league. I was like, come on now.
They're not fun. They're not fun.
But think about that. I mean, look, yeah, Cox is already up there in age. Same with Kelsey.
Cox is one to retire.
Lane Johnson is another guy could be the next.
Lane Johnson, he's still on the younger 30 side, so I see him lasting a few more years. I don't see him retiring.
I think you could give him 2 more good years out of Lane Johnson if I'm lucky.
No. Nope. I give him maybe 5.
He's only 32.
Wait. I thought his contract goes to 225 anyway, but it could go further to 2027.
He won't be a free agent in 2026, an unrestricted free agent, because everything else is what the hell?
I'm not worried about Lane Johnson. I'm not worried about Mulata. I'm just worried about, I guess Kelsey's already got his replacement, but I could see Kelsey coming back for 1 more year, making a run.
Unless you're bribing with a keg of beer, but that's the only way you can get him to do it.
I wish he took a fucking case of beer at the halftime.
It's that too. This
Super Bowl felt nothing like 2017.
It really
no. Honestly, in the first half, it kind of did, but then that second half, it felt like 2005 all over again.
4. Oh yeah, 5. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Technically, 5. Right, it was 2004 season. It felt like that.
I know what was amazing is right away the Chiefs responded immediately when they got back on the field. Second half. right away. They answered.
Yep.
It's like our defense was just not prepared at all going in the second half. Like it was just we had this 10-point cozy lead, no worries, and now all of a sudden we're only down by 3.
And then all of a sudden, we're up 6. Oh wait, no, we lost the lead. Like, what happened, y'all?
And look at the rest of Johnson's contract. He has 3 years from 2026 to 2020, or like the quote unquote void years. So
I mean, there were some plays given to us nicely, like that Goddard catch that was challenged.
And we definitely need a wide receiver 3. That's better. It needs to be replaced. Quez Watkins, Mr. Bricks for
What
hands.
are you doing, Quez? He put it in your bread basket.
Oh, Quez is not coming back. He can't be.
Dude,
no,
it looked like he slowed down on that.
After that performance this year,
I think he might be though. Yeah, he's on a 4-year deal.
And he did this. He did this last year in the playoffs, where he's dropping passes.
Oh wait, no, it is his last. Is it his last?
Let me check. 'Cause I do have Spot Track.
He's not on the list of this list here, but on this it says it is his last. Oh, 20. He has 1 more year. Damn, we're gonna pay him 2.7 next year. Oh, he has to go.
And he's gone.
I mean, shit. We're paying. Hell, I think one guy deserves. Let me see. First of all, where the hell was Rick Blankenship for crying out loud? I would at least wanted to see him play because he actually. Let's be real. I think he might be a better fit than Maddox.
That's one of your. I think that would have been the deciding factor for us if we played Reed Blankenship instead of.
Where was Jordan Davis? Especially when they started running the ball down our throats in the second half, it would have been nice to put him in. Did we just not trust him? Is he not fast enough?
He was on the field.
That's the problem.
What I saw in the preseason, the man can run and is faster than Fletcher Cox. I think we could have gotten to Patrick Mahomes if you just unleashed Jordan Davis. Just let him unleash him. I feel like Gannon's.
And this is the issue that I have with this coaching staff. They need to start. They're not giving these guys
puppies or something. No, we don't want to.
Because first of all, like
around for 8 years.
Yeah, it's they don't want to.
We don't want to hurt our rookies. We don't want to hurt. Dude, your veterans suck.
And first of all, and they're getting old. It's not the same time. I mean, shit. We're only paying Blankenship a 3. Only. Really not much. So I mean, I think he's done really well being an draft. I think if I'm going to be completely honest, I say cut ties with Maddox and let Blankenship be your long term.
Yeah,
because I feel like I think we saw enough how Reed Blankenship kind of played, and let's be honest, he's more explosive. I would say him and Gardner Johnson are a really good combo in that secondary. When Maddox was out, you could see that defense, that secondary was a little bit of a difference without Avonte Maddox. And I think Avonte Maddox is, for me, I think I've always been injury prone. The dude just has been constantly has not stayed healthy for most of his career. I really hate to say that. Then again, can't say. But I mean, so far though, I mean, we're going to get. I mean, right now we're going to take it. Sheesh. But then again, going back to what I said about with the Chiefs, though. But hey, look, the benefit of this, at least the Chiefs actually proved that, you can actually win it in white jerseys and that little superstition crap.
Yeah, it's whatever. I don't care
exactly.
At all. I don't care. But here's that's what scares me is the whole cap situation and this team just not doing the job this season, not doing what we thought they were destined to do. And they just didn't do it. They didn't finish the job. And it comes in all multitudes of the game, the fumble, the defense, the special teams, everything. Coaching decisions, not playing certain players. It costed us. But congrats to the Chiefs.
Yep.
For winning the bowl. Good on you, Mahomes, for balling out even with one leg.
Oof.
They did a lot more than that. They were doing pass rushing from the right side to bring our Hurts over to the left because they know he's a right-handed quarterback and has trouble passing on the left side of the field.
Yep.
And it showed because he threw the ball away multiple times.
Yep.
Oh boy.
There's just been multitudes of issues with this team.
They found every way to find. They found out that we use a zone defense, easy for Kelsey to get around and use the whole backfield for his advantage. It showed that he got big gainage with Kelsey. We knew it was going to be a big factor, but at least we thought it might have been an interception coming with like C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Didn't see anything with him. They barely threw a big play Slice way. They really picked on Bradbury a lot. They picked a lot on Maddox, and they picked a lot on our lineman back. They knew that was a weak point. Andy Reid was totally prepared for the Eagles, as far as I'm concerned. And what we were not prepared is second half. We came out with the first half game plan and failed. And then, like I said, you can't give up 14 unanswered points with special teams driving the ball down to the 5-yard line and having Jalen Hurts give up a TD that easy by just fumbling the ball. You can't do that in the Super Bowl. That's 14 points right there that could have been us having that lead. And it could have only been an 11-point victory with the Philadelphia Eagles if those 2 touchdowns didn't happen. It would have been an 11-point victory.
It would have been. It definitely would have been.
To try to get a touchdown at the end there because they're going to have to go for a touchdown to catch up on us, and they would have probably not have made it.
Yep.
But then again, we just lacked so hard. It didn't look like the Philadelphia Eagles that I know with the red zone defense. Eagles are known year after year for stopping other opponents. Even if it's on the 1-yard line, you can go for it on 4th down. The Eagles will stop you. We've done it. We couldn't do it this game. And don't give me it was Patrick Mahomes. It was the field. It wasn't the field. We had an awful defensive coordinator calling the plays in the red zone.
Yeah, and that's why everybody's saying fire Johnson.
Coverage in the red zone. Who does a zone coverage when you got Patrick Mahomes? That man's going to pass the ball. You can't do a zone coverage.
It's been known.
You got to get physical. You got to get up against your opponents, the wide receiver. You can't just let them run around free hand. No one's going to touch them, bump them a little bit.
It's been known for years that happened because that one Super Bowl he won, zone defense. A lot of the times when he was winning the playoffs, zone defense was called for the opposing side. You can't call for
up front. No defensive line. No defensive ends, no pressure at all. I mean, besides Reddick and Sweat, slipping around.
I don't even know why.
It doesn't matter. We saw them get to the quarterback. So they should have kept doing it.
I don't even know why. Zone coverages is even allowed in the NFL. I don't.
Yeah, isn't it the NBA you're not allowed to zone or man-to-man? What was it? Is it the NBA?
I have no idea. But that's a whole different
zone in the NBA.
No, it's I guess at the clear path it's up like a bit of a rule change.
I think it's a clear path thing. I don't know.
I think it might be the clear path, fella, but you can still do zone in basketball.
Yeah, no zone defense. It was outlawed in the NBA in 2001. So I mean, that's kind of like what you were talking about. Because that's what my dad told me a long time ago. He's like, yeah, you can't do zone defense in the NBA.
They need to ban zone defense in the NFL because it's not defense. You're just letting free passes happen.
Well, Roger Goodell would never agree to that rule. This is all his league with his design, turning everything into a more passing dominant league. That's what he wanted.
That's the problem
for him
That is the exact problem with the league. Because now teams are getting screwed. Like Philly's getting screwed. A lot of these teams that are losing getting screwed because they're using zone defenses. Zone defenses don't work because you're letting free passes happen.
It's basically
guys run free.
Exactly. The fact we got ran on by Kadarius fucking Toney of all goddamn people.
Kadarius Toney ran us over. Jason Kelsey ran us over.
Travis?
Travis, yeah.
Well, Travis Kelsey ran us over. I'm confusing the Kelseys.
Well, first of all, the one's fat, one's broad. So I mean, I want to hear. Well,
one's fat. Jason's fat.
I can't wait to hear the podcast they're going to have.
He already went up to his brother when he was celebrating with his brother. He goes, "Fuck you, congratulations."
Yeah, I heard that.
I mean, look, you can't tell me those two guys have a best sibling rivalry.
Dude, it's great. It's great, man.
And either way, man, look, even when we lost, it's still a win for both Kelsey brothers at the end of the day. Think about it. And for Mama Kelsey, too.
That's a win for the family. But it's also a win for black quarterbacks in the league.
That is
true.
true.
Both of them dominated, except for that one mistake by Hurts. Both of them dominated. They showed up. They showed out. Both black quarterbacks, they showed up.
It was a fun game.
Andy Reid, happy for him. Great coach.
Don't be surprised if Kansas City surprises them with another cheeseburger like they did last year.
Did you know that Eagles set a Super Bowl record? The highest points for a losing team, 35 for a losing team, is now the highest.
Yeah, that's that.
And think about this too. Jalen Hurts, his QBR though has been is second highest behind Nick Foles in Super Bowl history.
I mean, some people actually look at this maybe as one of, like, let's say you're not an Eagles or a Chiefs fan. It was like a really good, interesting Super Bowl. It got real intense in the second half. It was a comeback by the Chiefs. You got to see Rihanna. The commercials were great too this year. I was actually pretty impressed with the commercials. Usually last year, I thought they were not as good.
Talking about commercials,
it was a really good.
Let's end this on a high note.
It was high scoring. That's what you want. You know what? What was that Super Bowl? It was like 3 years ago. It was like nothing but field goal kicks. It was like
that was such
that was the year after we won. It was the Rams and Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots won, and it was like
3-3.
That was awful. It was
that was Super Bowl 53.
It was literally 3-3 until the fourth quarter.
I remember my family. I was loving it because I love defensive football, but my family was like, "You really like this? This is boring."
Yeah,
I hated it.
I did not watch.
I'm like, you followed up our game with this.
I have no worries for next season, though. I really don't. Well, Howie Roseman will find a way. He always does. We'll come back next season. We'll get it back.
I don't.
Jalen Hurts has done it. He's gotten there. He's.
I don't see it. I don't see it. It doesn't. You can't. One guy can't carry a team.
Yeah,
I'm going to say that. But
I agree.
But also look at years past. We won the championship, but we had to blow it up because of cap. But then we were sucking for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I see that happening again, and it sucks. Yeah, I get that it was because Howie didn't know how to draft. But I don't like building through the draft because you don't know who's good and who's not. Because you don't know who's going to pan out. That's the problem. But I don't even know how Nakobe Dean's going to do on the defensive side of the ball next year. Hopefully he does great.
We barely even saw him this year.
He only played special teams last year.
Right.
Exactly. Ever since getting Kaiser White, that pretty much had any not any good chances to help him develop into what we saw when he was at Georgia.
Yeah, and I feel like next year's going to be a development year. Hopefully the next year we'll be in the Super Bowl again. Hopefully.
Because it's like I think Kaiser White, I would not have no problems letting him go. Because, I mean, at some point, we're going to have to start developing our own homegrown talent. Instead of having
I don't even know why we even started Kaiser.
Titans game.
You said, I think Nakobe. I think, when we blew out the Tennessee Titans, he made a couple tackles.
Nakobe Dean did play that day.
After the Titans fired the GM after A.J. Brown dropped 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That was funny.
That was just That was just the most ironic thing you could do. But
I'm just glad we're able to pay A.J. Brown because we gave him an extension.
It was the first thing we did when we first traded for him.
First thing we did was give him an extension. We gave him that extension literally after we traded for him.
I'm craving more pizza right now.
But anyway, back to let's end this. Let's end this on the high note. What did you guys think about the Tubi commercial,
bro? What? The Tubi commercial. I say, what the hell? I was searching.
No, not the bunny one. Not the bunny one. When it was acting like it hacked your TV.
Yeah.
Dude, I missed it, but I recorded the whole game with the commercial and everything. But I missed those commercials. I was so focused on the game and pacing back and forth. I had to record the game because I missed a lot. I mean, I watched the whole game, but I didn't focus on commercials. I just remember Bradley Cooper. The Will Ferrell commercial was fun. The Zoolander commercial had me rolling with what was it, Coke Zero?
Pouring Coke on his head.
I forgot about that.
Oh, and then the Fox. What was that Fox News with Tyrus and they do it with that one guy, and Tyrus was like, "Oh, we have to cut it off quickly because we're on a budget or something."
Oh no!
Oh damn! I forgot. What was that the tax commercial?
I think so. The Super Bowl commercials this year were very underwhelming this year. Now that
kind of hit and miss this year.
The Paramount Plus commercial was weird with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I found that funny. I found it funny.
No, the best Paramount commercial is when he had Key.
That's the funniest. I prefer that one over the current one.
What about the one where it was celebrities in their refrigerator or getting food for the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah. Brian, someone else.
They had Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa.
That was
it was Brian. No. What it was with the commercial? It was Brian Ham.
Funny. Yeah. Bro. I didn't get it. Now I get it. I didn't know
because brie, cheese, and ham. Because you remember it was Pete Davidson. He was like, "I'm gonna eat you," and then he was eating a brie and ham sandwich.
Right.
But I will say this too. I think for me, I didn't really enjoy Rihanna's performance. I think it was just very lackluster. Like the Super Bowl halftime.
She was pregnant.
All she did was elevate and go up and down like this.
I was like, "Good Lord! Like, are you really trying to make any of them sick?"
Me, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, if I was the entire time, I was like, if I was up there, I would have gotten sick.
Yeah, she came good. She had a great performance, but the show was terrible.
It was just a standard. It was a standard concert.
And I heard from people that it was supposed to be this amazing show, but what was the show like? Just her going up and down elevators.
Hey, shit! Give me fucking last year's Super Bowl.
Pregnant, but come on, you can at least make a stage movable.
Exactly,
I like the elevation thing for maybe one song. Then after that song, go to the next stage.
Start to do better transitions and stuff like that.
You remember the Madonna? Madonna had this big.
Dude, I thought Madonna was that was what 2014.
She was jumping on.
That was 2012. That was 2012.
Yeah, 2012. Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
I remember they did it with
Darth Vader mask. The black guy, CeeLo Green. He was there. He was jumping up on the trampoline with her.
That was entertaining. I think another one that was I found entertaining was last year's Super Bowl with all the hip hop icons.
Last year's was great.
Way better than this year. Way better.
Oh yeah. We still have Prince from 2007, Michael Jackson 1993. In terms of the Super Bowl, of the halftime show,
I was alive during the '90s thing. I did.
Justin Timberlake's show was way better than Rihanna.
He actually had two good performances too, and it's 2 times for the Super Bowl halftime show. Now, despite the wardrobe malfunction and the unfortunate hate that he unfortunately got the short end of the stick for, it's like,
why did we get a pregnant lady to do the Super Bowl? She can't do it. She can't do it. She's pregnant.
I don't think they knew that she was gonna get pregnant before they asked her.
I don't think the Super Bowl's messed up. They should announce who's going to do the Super Bowl within the month or two. No more than 2. It's like they've had Rihanna in the beginning of the whole season, like 8 months ago.
Shit, give me Pink for crying out loud to do the Super Bowl halftime show for crying out loud. Hell, even give me Lady Gaga for crying out loud. I thought she killed it.
She jumped off the damn ledge.
She jumped off the damn.
She was going to commit suicide. I thought it was someone. Dude, hear me out. I thought it was someone committing suicide at the Super Bowl. When I saw it, I was like, "Holy shit, someone's going to die!" And it was Lady Gaga. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Don't worry, she had a harness on. She's fine.
But it's
she also caught
some little munchkin in the background hanging himself from the tree.
It's like
she also caught a pass while singing.
Now you love to see it.
Pass.
You can't tell me that's not. but dude, if you're not a country fan, I don't know what the hell you've been living on the rock, Chris Stapleton.
But dude,
do you remember in 96 or 97 where they had the Blues Brothers, they had ZZ Top, and they had Rick James.
Oh my God,
that was 98. That was 98. That was 98.
That was 1998.
98.
That was 98.
It was also, what was his name? Rick something, not Rick James. It was the black singer, James Brown. It was James Brown.
God rest
him. Jay-Z. I mean, not Jay-Z. The ZZ Top, and then it was the Blues Brothers, dude. And they were riding.
That was a stacked lineup back in the day too.
That was the most random Super Bowl halftime ever.
Fireworks were going off.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl, fireworks were shooting off. That was one of the best Super Bowls I remember growing up as a kid. I was like, dude, this is awesome. I was like, this is kick-ass.
I remember one that I liked. I really liked. It wasn't when I was a kid though. I didn't really watch much. I don't remember the Super Bowl when I was a kid was a hate. I don't remember half of them, but when I was a teenager, man, let me tell you something. That damn Bruno Mars one was pretty good.
Bruno Mars was pretty good, but not to the fact.
But my favorite one had to have been either Katy Perry's when she came out in a freaking lion or tiger.
Yeah, and then she had like a shark. Tiger. She had one background dancer as dressed up as a shark.
No, she had two on the side. Left and right. And she was singing. I think she was singing "California Girls" at the time.
Yeah, when that song was actually popular back in the day,
2010.
Or how about for me? Like I said, the reason I like Prince back in 2007 because first of all, Purple Rain, and literally while it was fucking raining and just killing it. Like you cannot tell me
raining. It was raining, and it was just a purple light because you had the purple with the song theme. It was pretty cool. And he was also shredding on a guitar too. It was actually pretty nice.
Yeah, that was just fantastic. Would have been nice to actually, for me, I think it would have been better if we had Metallica do the Super Bowl. I think most people will love to see Metallica do a Super Bowl halftime show. I don't think we've seen them do one before.
Here's what I think they should do. They should do like a multi-genre type of, halftime show. Please everybody, because you're not going to please everybody by different choices.
I mean, look at the look like I said, look at last year. You had like different even though they're all hip hop icons, but they're really different. I think different genres of hip hop at the time. You had.
But here's the thing. You had the hip hop, but the older people didn't like it because what is this crap?
Exactly.
Because they're like over 50.
Damn, I forgot U2 did the Super Bowl.
That was right. 2000.
That was 2002.
They have not been fucking relevant ever since then.
Aerosmith and NSYNC was 2001. That was a good one.
They weren't freaking relevant then either, Rob. I don't even know why.
And they're still not relevant. There. Like they had not released new shit in 20 plus years.
In 02.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. That was
God rest Tom Petty, man. He was fantastic. He was actually really liked his stuff.
You know what? I wasn't a big fan of The Who when The Who.
I think The Who's I would say
Black Eyed Peas was way better.
Oh no, that was horrible.
What with Usher
Black Eyed Peas?
Splash?
I mean, I like Usher, but the thing with the Black Eyed Peas, never mind. It's my biggest thing with them, and I was never a huge fan of them. It just wasn't my.
The one performance that I found incredibly weak was 2017's. Incredibly weak. When we were in the Super Bowl with Justin Timberlake. All he did was walk to the stands and took a selfie, and then he was it.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Even the
that's it. That's all you're gonna do. Nothing with a lot of pop to it. All you're doing is walking to the stands.
I think Lady Gaga outdid him too.
I forgot about Coldplay, Beyonce, Bruno Mars. That was a good
one. Coldplay was pretty good. That was fun. Coldplay was fun.
That was okay.
I'm not a Coldplay guy, but
it's very well hated by most people by today's standards.
Oh, Shakira and Lopez. I forgot about
a lot of people thought that was
You know what's funny? Do you know what's funny about that?
I didn't like The Weeknd. I thought that was weak during COVID.
Actually, that was enjoyable.
That one gave me motion sickness.
Oh yeah, especially
walking through, like moving the camp, like, dude, can you stop?
I was like, oh, yeah, it makes you want to have motion sickness,
dude. That J-Lo and Shakira thing had every guy slobbering.
First of all, the fact that Shakira's like what? Not even put, dude. Women nowadays,
dude, my little brother watched it twice as soon as he got home from school the next day. No, not gonna lie. First thing, he beeline to the couch, puts on the halftime show. I'm like, really?
Because it's like the fact that think about the Shakira, who's not even 50, and it's like you can't tell me that she's not 50. You get like some women nowadays just found these. Well, then again, some
dude, J-Lo and Shakira. Like
I think J-Lo, for me, I feel like J-Lo had a little bit of work done on her. I know that's kind of as crazy as it sounds.
I don't see it. I don't see any work.
But Salma Hayek, though, I think she's the one who I think he really has to fight the laws of time.
I can see a little bit of an age to her. She aged a little bit. But back to the Super Bowl party or Super Bowl thing. What was the weakest halftime show for you?
For me, from what I remember, for me, I thought U2 was really weak. It's just like I've never liked U2, and people back then, like it was just mid, for lack of a better term.
Right.
Yes, I had the full MGF there. So
what else? Who else, man?
Who else was?
I wasn't a fan of Maroon 5.
Yeah, Maroon 5.
All the guy did was take his shirt off.
I wasn't a fan of The Who. I thought that was a boring one.
Yeah, some like old classic rock from like the 70s. Like
I wasn't.
It's acquired.
I still am not, and everyone's gonna hate me for saying this, but I'm not a fan of Bruce Springsteen, and that was kind of a boring one for me too.
Dude, I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah, I mean, his music has kind of dipped down by his standards.
He was never that good. I'm sorry, he was never that good.
I mean, he has some good songs, but just not as consistent as you would think most artists nowadays would at least. Actually, I don't think Bon Jovi hasn't done one at all, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he did a pregame show. He did a pregame show.
Every one of those. They even had Boys to Men with Smokey
Robinson.
Can't go wrong. That was 99. That one was 99. That one was 99.
Woo. That was 98.
I looked up the different years of who was there. That was 99. But
Blues Brothers with Dan Aykroyd. That was kind of weird.
That was great.
That was great. It was different. It was completely different. Oh, that was the one with ZZ Top, James Brown. Okay.
But back to what I was saying. What group? No, Bon Jovi, right? He did a Super Bowl, but he did a pregame show that was so bad, Rob. He was never asked to do a show again by the NFL.
Damn.
Do y'all remember when they did the one with the?
That was the year. That was the year the Buccaneroos went to Super Bowl and won it against the Raiders.
95, they did the Indiana Jones.
I gotta look that up on YouTube because I'm gonna lie. But God, who
I was kind of surprised they didn't do one this year because they showed off the new Indiana Jones movie.
Even though I'm not going to be a huge fan of it, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Right.
But that's kind of
what did you all think though of the new Indiana Jones movie coming out? I thought the trailer was all right, but once again,
it's all right. But
Harrison Ford's just so old.
Yes, that's old's an understatement. Because holy crap!
Oh my God, you definitely have to watch.
They should have stopped
halftime show.
They should have stopped. What was it? Whatever the case, I don't know what the last movie was before that horrible abomination that is the Crystal Skull.
That was the last one they did.
Oh, why?
Where was the Super Bowl at in '95? I have to find out.
Super Bowl
was in Miami. Yeah, it was in Miami, Florida. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought it was in Las Vegas or something. It looks like Las Vegas, but Miami makes sense now.
Yeah.
And I think that's the last time this 40. I think the 40 and that was the last time the 49ers actually even won a Super Bowl, and they become all that skid for the last 3 decades.
Yep.
It was 49 to, oh, Jesus Christ. It was just mostly one-sided. 49-26 was the final score in 1995. So, yeah. Yeah, Steve Young's the quarterback at that time.
Strays, is that a new movie?
That's this new movie coming out.
Is that what Randy's talking about?
Yeah, that's another. Just movies nowadays are just kind of weak.
It's got a good list of cast in it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Flash, but the issue, and for those who entirely, because well, that's kind of irrelevant, but I've kind of drawn a little bit issues with the new Flash movie.
That's gonna bomb. That's gonna bomb because of that. It's gonna bomb.
Especially had Ezra Miller. First of all,
I wouldn't rant too much about it. That's gonna bomb anyway.
This is why Warner Brothers has been, and that's another thing too. Like, you know, no matter what, like I said, we kind of got on the beaten path here, but it's just the one thing I've said, because of Ezra Miller and all the shit that's been kind of surrounding him, and the fact that Warner Brothers does not fucking care, and it pisses everybody off. But like I said, Warner Brothers is a hypocritical movie company.
Yep.
Even though they did put out some really good movies over the years, I'll give them that. But
yeah, they've gotten some good movies. But with that said, thank you guys for showing up and showing out.
Shoot, it's been fun.
Thank you to the viewers for showing up and showing out too. This has been the season finale. We will be back next September once the football season starts.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, we might be back next office for preseason, but I'd rather do September because that's when the meat and the potatoes are being played and down to the meat and potatoes. But this has been the Pigskin Recap, signing off for this season, and we'll see you next year. Peace.
Awesome power of nature. Hot excitement. Goes after